Pyramid texts. O Unas, you have not gone dead, you have gone alive to sit on the throne of Osiris. Your scepter is in your hand that you may give orders to the living, the handle of your lotus-shaped scepter in your hand. Give orders to those of the mysterious sights, the dead. Your arm is that of Adam, your shoulders are those of Adam, your belly is that of Adam, your back is that of Adam, your bottom is that of Adam, your 2 legs are those of Adam, your face is that of Anubis. The sights of Horus serve you, the sights of Seth serve you. O Unas, beware of the lake. To say 4 times the messengers of your Ka have come to you, the messengers of your father have come to you, the messengers of Re have come to you. Go after your son. You are to purify yourself. Your bones are those of female hawks, the goddesses who are in heaven, so that you may be by the side of the god and leave your house to your son, your procreation. Everyone who shall speak evil against the name of Unas, when you go up, is predestined by Geb to be a despised one of his city, he shall flee and falter. You are to purify yourself with the cool water of the stars, and you will climb down upon ropes of brass, on the arms of Horus, in his name he of the Henibarge. The glorified humanity bewail you after the imperishable stars have carried you. Enter then into the place where your father is, where Geb is. He gives you that which was on the brow of Horus, so that you become powerful and full of glory through it, so that you become the one at the head of the Westerners through it. O Unas! Your messengers go, your heralds hurry to your father, to Adam. Adam, let him rise to you, fold him in your arms. There is no god, who has become a star, without a companion. Shall I be your companion? Look at me. You have seen the forms of the children of their fathers, who know their spell, who are now imperishable stars. May you see the 2 inhabitants of the palace, this is Horus and Seth. May you bespeak the face of Horus and remove his injury. May you catch the testicles of Seth and remove his mutilation. That one is born for you, this one is conceived for you. You are born, O Horus, as the one whose name is he before whom the earth quakes, you are conceived, Seth, as the one whose name is he before whom the sky shakes. Such a one has no mutilation, Horus, such a one has no injury, Seth, such a one has no injury, such a one has no mutilation, so, you have no injury, you have no mutilation. You are born for Osiris, O Horus. You have become more glorious than he, you have become more powerful than he. There is no seed of a god which has perished, neither has he, who belongs to him. You will not perish, who belong to him. Re-Adam does not give you to Osiris, he does not reckon your heart, he has no power over your breast. Re-Adam does not give you to Osiris, he has no power over your breast. Osiris, you cannot have power over him, your son cannot have power over him. Horus, you cannot have power over him, your father cannot have power over him. You belong, O this one, to this God, as the twins of Adam said, lift yourself up, so said they, in your name God, and so you become Adam for every God. Your head is that of Horus of the Duat, O imperishable one, your brow is the one with the 2 eyes, O imperishable one, your ears are those of the twins of Adam, O imperishable one, your eyes are those of the twins of Adam, O imperishable one, your nose is that of a jackal, O imperishable one, your teeth are those of Sopdu, O imperishable one, your arms are those of Hapi and Duamutef, which you need to ascend to heaven, and you ascend, your legs are those of Imsti and Kabisanov, which you need to descend to the lower heaven, and you descend. All your members are those of the twins of Adam, O imperishable one. You did not pass away, your Ka does not pass away. You are a Ka. I have come to you, Nephthys. I have come to the evening barge. I have come to you, true as she over the red, I have come to you, she who remembers the Kes. Remember him, Unas. Orion is encircled by the Duat, when the one who lives in the horizon purifies himself. Sothis is encircled by the Duat, when the one who lives in the horizon purifies himself. This Unas is encircled by the Duat, when the one who lives in the horizon purifies himself. He is content because of them, he is refreshed because of them, in the arms of his father, in the arms of Adam. Re-Adam, Unas comes to you, an imperishable spirit, Lord of dispensation in the sight of the four papyrus columns. Your son comes to you, this Unas comes to you, that you, both, may stride over the sky, united in darkness, that you may rise on the horizon in the place where you like to be podium, pyramid. Seth and Nephthys, hurry. Announce to the gods of the south and their spirits he comes indeed, this Unas, an imperishable spirit. If he wills that you will die, you will die, if he wills that you will live, you will live. Re-Adam, Unas comes to thee, an imperishable spirit, Lord of dispensation in the sight of the four papyrus columns. Your son comes to you, this Unas comes to you, that you, both, may stride over the sky, united in darkness, that you may rise on the horizon in the place where you like to be. Osiris and Isis, hurry. Announce to the gods of the north and their spirits he comes indeed, this Unas, an imperishable spirit, like the honored star, over the Nile, so that the spirits in the waters honor him. Whom he wills that he live, he lives. Whom he will that he die, he dies. Re-Adam, this Unas comes to you, an imperishable spirit, Lord of dispensation in the sight of the four papyrus columns. Your son comes to you, this Unas comes to you, that you, both, may stride over the sky, united in darkness, that you may rise on the horizon in the place where you like to be. Thoth, hurry. Announce to the gods of the west and their spirits he comes indeed, this Unas, an imperishable spirit, decked like Anubis on the neck, who rules over the western mountain, that he may reckon hearts and that he may have power over breasts. Whom he wills that he live, he lives. Whom he will that he die, he dies. Re-Adam, Unas comes to you, an imperishable spirit, Lord of dispensation in the sight of the four papyrus columns. Your son comes to you, this Unas comes to you, that you, both, may stride over the sky, united in darkness, that you may rise on the horizon in the place where you like to be. Horus, hurry. Announce to the gods of the east and their spirits he comes indeed, this Unas, an imperishable spirit. Whom he wills that he live, he lives. Whom he will that he die, he dies. Re-Adam. Your son comes to you, Unas comes to you. Let him ascend to you. Enfold him in your embrace. This is the son of your body, eternally. O Osiris, this Unas comes indeed, weary of the nine, an imperishable spirit, to reckon hearts, to take cas, to grant cas. His every appointment obliges one, to do his duty, him who he has elevated, and him who applied to him. There is no one who withdraws because he will have no bread, his ka will have no bread, his bread will be withheld from him. Worship and address Unas as a god, in due day fashion. Geb said, and it came forth from the mouth of the Ennead hawk, after he has seized his own, so they said, Lo! You are ensouled and powerful. He comes indeed, this Unas, weary of the nine, an imperishable spirit, he that bore more than you, he that suffered more than you, he that is more weary than you, he that became greater than you, he who will be happier than you, he who roars louder than you. You have no more time there. Lo, this is what Seth and Thoth have done, your two brothers, who could not bewail you. Isis and Nephthys, come together, unite. He comes indeed, this Unas, weary of the nine, an imperishable spirit. The western ones, those who are upon earth, belong to this Unas. He comes indeed, this Unas, weary of the nine, an imperishable spirit. The eastern ones, those who are upon earth, belong to this Unas. He comes indeed, this Unas, weary of the nine, an imperishable spirit. The southern ones, those who are upon earth, belong to this Unas. He comes indeed, this Unas, weary of the nine, an imperishable spirit. The northern ones, those who are upon earth, belong to the Sunas. Those who are in the lower sky belong to the Sunas. He comes indeed, the Sunas, weary of the nine, an imperishable spirit. Adam, this your son is here, Osiris, whom you have preserved alive. He lives. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. Shu, this your son is here, Osiris, whom you have preserved alive. He lives. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. Tefnut, this your son is here, Osiris, whom you have preserved alive. He lives. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. Gab, this your son is here, Osiris, whom you have preserved alive. He lives. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. Nud, this your son is here, Osiris, whom you have preserved alive. He lives. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. Isis, this your brother is here, Osiris, whom you have preserved alive. He lives. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. Seth, this your brother is here, Osiris, whom has been preserved alive, and who lives that he may punish you. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. Nephthys, this your brother is here, Osiris, whom you have preserved alive. He lives. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. Thoth, this your brother is here, Osiris, whom has been preserved alive, and who lives that he may punish you. He lives. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. Horus, this your father is here, Osiris, whom you have preserved alive. He lives. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. Great Ennead, this Osiris is here, whom you have preserved alive. He lives. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. Little Ennead, this Osiris is here, whom you have preserved alive. he lives. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. Nunet, this your son Osiris is here, of whom you have said he is born for your father. You have wiped his mouth has been opened by his son Horus, who is his beloved, his members have been reckoned by the gods. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. In your name of he in Heliopolis while enduring everlastingly in his necropolis, he lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. In your name of he in Bizaris, chief of his gnomes, he lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. In your name of he in the mansion of the scorpion, the appeased Ka, he lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. In your name of he in the divine pavilion, he in fumigation, he in the coffer, he in the shrine, he in the sack, he lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. In your name he in the white chapel of Parwood, he lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. In your name of he in Orion, your time is in heaven, your time is on earth. Osiris, turn your face so that you see this Unas, your seed which came out of you, the penetrating one. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. In your name of he in Buto, may your arms be about your meal, your daughter, top sarcophagus chamber east wall, south to north, continued from the south wall, Kant, and be supplied with her, the meal. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. In your name he in the palace of the great oxen, may your arms be about the meal, your daughter, and be supplied with her, the meal. May your arms be about your meal, your daughter, and be supplied with her, the meal. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. In your name he in South Hermopolis, may your arms be about the meal, your daughter, and be supplied with her, the meal. May your arms be about your meal, your daughter, and be supplied with her, the meal. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. In your name he in North Hermopolis, may your arms be about your meal, your daughter, and be supplied with her, the meal. May your arms be about the meal, your daughter, and be supplied with her, the meal. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. In your name he in the city of lakes, may your arms be about the meal, your daughter, and be supplied with her, the meal. May your arms be about your meal, your daughter, and be supplied with her, the meal. He lives. This Unas lives? He is not dead, this Unas is not dead. He is not gone down, this Unas is not gone down. He has not been judged, this Unas has not been judged. He judges, this Unas judges. Your body is the body of this Unas, your flesh is the flesh of this Unas, your bones are the bones of this Unas. You go, this Unas goes. This Unas goes, you go. The doors of the horizon open themselves, its bolts slide. He has come to you, anti, red, crown, he has come to you, flame, nsr.t, Urias, he has come to you, great one, he has come to you, great of magic, purified for you, in awe before you. Be pleased with him, be pleased with his purification, be pleased with the words he says to you. How beautiful is your face when you are pleased, when you are new and young. A God has given you birth, the Father of gods. He has come to you, O great of magic. It is Horus who fought to protect his eye, great of magic. O anti-crown, O JNW, O great one. O great of magic, O flame Urias. Inspire fear before Unas as fear before you, inspire dread before Unas as dread before you, inspire awe before Unas as awe before you, inspire love before Unas as love before you. Let him rule at the head of the living, let him be powerful at the head of the spirits, let his knife be firm against his enemies. O JNW, you came forth from him, he came forth from you. The great Akath has given you birth, Akath Yotet has adorned you, the Akath Yotet has given birth, the great Akath has adorned you, for you are indeed Horus who fought to protect his eye. Stand up upon this land which came out of Adam, the spittle which came out of the becoming one. May you become over it, may you be high over it, so that your Father sees you, so that Re sees you. He comes to you, O his Father, he comes to you, O Re, he comes to you, O his Father, he comes to you, O overthrown one, he comes to you, O his Father, he comes to you, O PNDN, he comes to you, O his Father, he comes to you, O wanderer, he comes to you, O his Father, he comes to you, O great bull, he comes to you, O his Father, he comes to you, O great raft, he comes to you, O his Father, he comes to you, O Sopdug, he comes to you, O his Father, he comes to you, O sharp of teeth, Sopdug. May you grant that this Unas sees the cool region and receive the horizon. May you grant that this Unas rule over the nine, so that he provide the Ennead, with offerings. May you give the herdman's staff into the hand of this Unas, so that the head of Lower and Upper Egypt be bowed. He comes down, to meet his adversary and stands up, the greatest chief in his great kingdom. Nephthys praised him after he had captured his opponent. You have adorned yourself as great of magic, Hianambos, Lord of the South, equals Seth. It will not be lost for you, it will not cease for you. Lo, you are full of glory, powerful one, more than the gods of the South, together with their spirits. You who the pregnant one ejected when you did cleave the night, adorned are you like Seth, who came out forcibly. But, more fortunate is he whom Isis praises. You have adorned yourself as Horus with the two pupils. It will not be lost for you, it will not cease for you. Lo, you are full of glory, powerful one, more than the gods of the north, together with their spirits. You make yourself free of what should be washed away for Adam in Heliopolis, and you go down with him. You judge the wants in the netherworld and stand, as king, over the places of the primeval ocean. You come into being with your father Adam, you are high with your father Adam, you rise with your father Adam. The wants, of the netherworld, are severed from you, your head, is held, by the nurse of Heliopolis. You go up and open the way through the bones of Shu, air, the embrace of your mother Nut enfolds you, you purify yourself on the horizon and leave that which should be purified from you in the lakes of Shu. You go up, you go down. You go down with Re, darkened with Ndjj. You go up, you go down, you go up with Re and you rise with the great raft. You go up, you go down, you go up with Nephthys, darkened with the evening barge. You go up, you go down, you go up with Isis, you rise with the morning barge. You have power over your body, there is no one to oppose you. You are born because of Horus, in you, you are conceived because of Seth, in you. You have purified yourself in the Hawk Nome, third nome of Lower Egypt, you have received your purification in the uninjured ruler Nome, 13th of Lower Egypt, before your father, before Adam. You have come into being, you have become high, you have become a spirit. Cool it is for you in the embrace of your father, in the embrace of Adam. Adam. Elevate to you the Sunnas, enfold him in your embrace. This is your son of your body, eternally. To stir up, to turn around court, oh. Oh. O Unnas, stand up, sit down to the 1,000 of bread, to the 1,000 of beer. The roast of your double rib is from the slaughterhouse, your RTH bread from the white hall or court. As a god is supplied with the offering meal, Unnas is supplied with this his bread. You have come to your soul, Osiris, who is mighty among the spirits, who is mighty in his places, who is under the protection of the Ennead in the prince's hall. O Unnas, come up to me, betake you to me, do not be far from the tomb, your protection. I have given you the eye of Horus, I have reckoned it to you, may it be pleasant for you. O Unnas, stand up, receive this your bread from my hand. O Unnas, I am your helper. Awake, Unnas. Turn around, Unnas. Courtyard circular procession. You have gone to give orders to the places of Horus, you have gone to give orders to the places of Seth, you have gone to give orders to the places of Osiris. A royal offering of all your insignia, in all your places. Your lotus-shaped scepter is at the head of the living, your staff is at the head of the spirits, like Anubis Kentamentiu, like Enjadi at the head of the western gnomes. How pleasant is your condition! You become a spirit, O Unnas, among your brothers the gods. How changed, is your state. Therefore, protect your children. Beware of your border which is on earth. Put on your body and come towards them. To say, 4 times top sarcophagus chamber east gable, south to north, let the Horus be in jubilation, the heart of TSSW breast be exalted. They have swallowed the eye of Horus, the healthy one, the one in Heliopolis. The finger of Unnas, the small one, draws out that which is in the navel of Osiris. Unnas is not thirsty, he is not hungry, the heart of Unnas is not faint, for the arms of the desert god also allusions to Libya and desert in tour of domain in antechamber keep away his hunger. Fill. Make the hearts full. O you who preside over the offerings, O you who belong to plenty, Unnas has been directed to FTK, the cupbearer of Re. Re has directed him himself. Re sends him to the overseers of provender of this year. What they seize, they give it to him. They take hold of and they give him barley and spelt, bread, and beer. For it is to Unnas that his father granted, that Re granted, barley and spelt, bread, and beer. For it is he, the great bull who strikes Nubia, for to Unnas, indeed, belong the 5 portions of bread, drink, and cakes in the hall, 3, of which, are in the sky with Re, 2 are on earth with the 2 Enneads. For he is the unbound one being unbound contrast with cattle, for he is the seen one being seen. Says Re it is better for him today than yesterday. Unnas has united himself to the moist, he kissed the dry seat, Unnas joined himself to the flame, Unas unites himself with the beautiful one. He is afraid of Shu who disperses and scatters. It is indeed the beautiful one who fears Unas, and she gives bread to Unas. She does him good on this day. Omitted, because identical with, offering of the butcher, offering of the butcher, offering of that which is in the eye of Re. Offering of the bird catcher, of that which is in the eye of the god, the cupbearer who brings water. Let the flame burn. The joint together with the pastry. 4 hands, full, of water. Omitted, because identical with, Shu is flourishing. Unas has not taken away his meal. Unas is flourishing. Shu has not taken away his meal. The messengers of the east repeat, this is your bread. Judge, arise. Thoth, be high. Sleepers, awake. The inhabitants of Nubia arise before the great trembler who comes out of the nome, Upuot who comes out of the bush. Pure is the mouth of Unas. The 2 Enneads sense Unas. Pure indeed is the tongue which is in his mouth. Excrement is an abomination of Unas. Unas rejects urine, excrement and urine mentioned in antechamber spells while slaughtering. Unas loathes his abomination. The abomination of Unas is this: he does not eat this abomination, and, like Seth, rejects the poison. Of these 2 who cross the sky, these are Horus and Thoth. Take Unas with you, that he may eat of what you eat, that he may drink of what you drink, that he may live on what you live, that he may sit on what you sit, that he may be strong in what you are strong, that he may sail in what you sail. The pavilion of Unas is woven with reeds. Pavilion in Escort, field of rushes, the plenty of Unas is in the field of offerings. His offering is among you, you gods. The water of Unas is wine, like that of Re. Unas goes around the sky like Re, he traverses the sky like Thoth. The abomination of Unas is hunger, he does not eat it. The abomination of Unas is thirst, he does not eat it. Unas it is, indeed, who gives bread to the existing ones, his nurse is the milk goddess. It is she who makes him live again, it is she, indeed, who gives Unas birth. Unas is conceived at night, Unas is born at night, for he belongs to the followers of Re who are before the morning star. Unas is conceived in the watery abyss, he is being born in the watery abyss. He has come, he has brought your bread which he has found there. The eye of Horus trickles on the bush of the DNW plant. Kentamentio comes to him indeed, he has brought him the food of Horus who is at head of his houses. On what he lives, Unas lives on it. Of what he eats, Unas eats. Of what he drinks, Unas drinks. 1 joint, and 1 cake, this is his offering. Top sarcophagus chamber west gable, north to south, a serpent is entwined by a serpent, when a young hippopotamus coming on the pasture is entwined. Earth, swallow that which came out of you. Monster, lie down, glide away. The majesty of the pelican falls in water. Serpent, turn over that Re may see you. The head of the great black bull is cut off. Hepnu serpent, this I say to you, Kisernet your scorpion, this I say to you, turn over, glide into the ground. I have said this to you. A face falls on a face has seen a face. The mottled knife, black and green, went forth against it. It has swallowed that which it tasted. This is the claw of Adam upon the dorsal vertebrae of the NHBK.W serpent, which stopped the strife in west-northwest. Fall. Glide away. Let your 2 poison glands be in the ground. Let your 2 rows of ribs be in the hole. Pour out the liquid. The 2 kites stand by funerary roll of 2 wailing women. Your mouth is closed by the follower's tool. The mouth of the follower's tool is closed by the lynx. The tired one is bitten by a serpent. O Re, Unas has bitten the earth, Unas has bitten Geb, Unas has bitten the father of he who bit him. This is the being who has bitten Unas, Unas did not bite him. It is he who comes against Unas. Unas does not go against him. The second moment later he sees Unas, the second moment later he perceives Unas. If you bite Unas, he will make you one, if you look on Unas he will make you too. The male serpent is bitten by the female serpent, the female serpent is bitten by the male serpent. Heaven is enchanted, earth is enchanted, he male behind mankind is enchanted. Enchanted will be the god blind as his head. You, yourself, scorpion, will be enchanted. These are the two knots of elephantine which are in the mouth of Osiris, Unas, knotted for Horus over the backbone. Your bone is, made, into a harpoon by which you will be harpooned. Hearts are removed, the nomads are in the place of the spear, they are overthrown. This is the god Heman. MTJ MTJ MTJ. TJW his mother, TJW his mother. MJTJ MJTJ. You are washed, O desert. Let there be water. There is no dust. The serpent which came forth from earth is fallen, the flame which came from the NWN is fallen. Fall. Glide away. A face is upon you, you who are on your bowels. Fall on your backbone, you who are in the knot bush. Retreat before me, serpent provided with his two faces. You. Filler. You are to rape the two holes of the door, stone, door jamb. The two which are I. Kabeb Hittitibidi Shes, son of Hifjit, that is your name. Spittle which is not dried up, which has not escaped into the house of his mother. Beast, lie down. The bread of your father belongs to you, O Ikinii. Your own bread belongs to your father and to you, O Iknii. Gold of praise, Kaitau, this is your ox there, the renowned one, for whose deed, alone, this is being done. The white crown should go forth, after she has swallowed the great, after the tongue of the white crown has swallowed the great, so that the tongue is not to be seen. The Uros is for the sky, the centipede of Horus is for the earth. Horus, an ox herd, treads. Unas has trod upon the walk of Horus. Unas knows not, Unas is not knowing. A face is upon you, you who are in his knot bush. You should be lain on your back, you who are in his hole. Meet for the pot of Horus, escape into the earth. O let the beast, O desert, glide away. Spit of the wall, vomit of the brick, what comes out of your mouth will be thrown back against yourself. Extinguished is the flame. The flame serpent is not to be found in the house of he who possesses ombos. It is a serpent which will bite, which has slipped into the house of him whom it will bite, that it may remain in it. 2 HTS scepters and 2 HTS scepters for 2 jmeropes and 2 jmeropes. As bread. Interlace then. You should be here indeed, you should be here indeed. Servant. Take away. Top sarcophagus chamber north wall first register, west to east, Osiris, sees everyone who hates Unas, libation who speaks evil against his name. Thoth, go, seize him for Osiris. Bring the one who speaks evil against the name of Unas, place him in your hand. To say 4 times do not separate yourself from him, take care that you are not separated from him. He goes who goes with his ka. Horus goes with his ka, Seth goes with his ka. Thoth goes. To say 4 times he goes who goes with his ka. Horus goes with his ka, Seth goes with his ka, Thoth goes with his ka. The god goes with his ka, he with 2 eyes goes with his ka, you yourself also go with your ka. O Unas, the arm of your ka is before you. O Unas, the arm of your ka is behind you. O Unas, the leg of your ka is before you. O Unas, the leg of your ka is behind you. Osiris Unas, I give you the eye of Horus, that your face may be adorned with it, that the perfume of the eye of Horus may spread towards you. This is your libation, Osiris. This is your libation, O Unas, coming libation, and 2 pellets of natron from your son, coming from Horus. I have come, I bring you the eye of Horus, so that your heart may be refreshed by it. I bring it to you to carry you, to be, under your solace. Take the efflux which comes out of you, that your heart may not be weary thereby. To save 4 times take. The voice has come out for you. SMJN, SMJN, open your mouth, O Unas. Natron of the south, pellets of El Kab. You taste its taste in front of the divine chapels, that which Horus spits out, SMJN, that which Seth spits out, SMJN, the 2 harmonious ones, SMJN. To say 4 times you purify yourself with natron, together with the followers of Horus. You purify yourself, Horus purifies himself, you purify yourself, Seth purifies himself, natron of the north, pellets of Wadi natron you purify yourself, Thoth purifies himself, you purify yourself, the God purifies himself, you make yourself also pure with what is amongst them, so that your mouth is like the mouth of a milk calf on the day of its birth. You purify yourself, Horus purifies himself, you purify yourself, Seth purifies himself, you purify yourself. Natron, 1 pellet Thoth purifies himself, you purify yourself, the God purifies himself, you purify yourself, your Ka purifies himself, you purify yourself, purify, you purify yourself. This your own self purifies you among your brothers the gods. You purify your mouth, you make pure all your bones, you are adorned with what is yours. O Osiris, I give you the eye of Horus that you may adorn your face with it. Hold on to it. O Unas, I make firm for you your 2 separated jawbones. 1 PSSKF bread. Osiris Unas, I open for you your mouth. The divine metal from the south and north, adds. Unas, take the eye of Horus to which he went. I bring it to you, put it into your mouth. Pellets of incense of the south and pellets of incense of the north. O Unas, take the SJK of Osiris. SJK pellets. Take the tip of the bodily breast of Horus, take it into your mouth. A jar of milk. Take the full breast of your sister Isis, bring it unto your mouth. An empty MNS jar. This is your libation, Osiris. This is your libation, O Unas. To make a libation of the north, round about coming from your son, coming from Horus. I have come, I bring you the eye of Horus, so that your heart may be refreshed by it. I bring it to you to carry you, to be, under your solace. Take the efflux which comes out of you, that your heart may not be weary thereby. To save 4 times take. The voice has come out for you. Take the 2 eyes of Horus, the black and the white one, seize them for your front, that they may brighten your face. A white jar and a black jar to be lifted up. May Re in heaven be pleased with you, may he appease for you the 2 lords, may the night be favorable to you. AWDA.T cake. May the 2 mistresses be favorable to you. A gift which is brought to you is a gift which you see, a gift is what you hear. A gift is in front of you, a gift is behind you, a gift is your due. Osiris Unas, take the white teeth of Horus which equip your mouth. 5 cloves of garlic. To say 4 times an offering which the king gives for the Ka of Unas. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, your cake, which you eat. A cake of offering. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus snatched from Seth, which you shall take wine, 1 white hath jarred o your mouth, that you open your mouth with it. Osiris Unas, open your mouth with what took hold of you. Wine, 1 black MNW stone hath jar. Osiris Unas, take the liquid which came out of you. Beer, 1 black MNW stone HNWT bowl. O Re, you are adored in heaven, you are adored for Unas, Lord of all things. For your body are all things, for the Ka of Unas are all things, for his body are all things. Glorious altar. Unas, take the eye of Horus that you may taste it. 1 dp.t loaf. Darkness clears up. 1 cake. Unas, take the eye of Horus which you shall find. 1 joint of meat. Unas, take the eye of Horus which was snatched from Seth, which was rescued for you, that you may open your mouth with it. Wine, 1 white MNW stone bowl. Unas, take the eye of Horus, the liquid which came out of Osiris. Beer, 1 black MNW stone bowl. Unas, take the eye of Horus which was rescued for you, which will not separate itself from you. Beer, 1 iron, bowl. Unas, take the eye of Horus that you may be provided with it. Beer, 1 HTM bowl. Sarcophagus chamber north wall second register, west to east, Osiris Unas, I make full your eye with ointment. To speak 4 times feast perfume Osiris Unas, take the outflow of his face. Hekanu oil. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus on account of which he fought. Sft oil. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus of which he took possession. Nsnm oil. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus which brought the gods to him through it. Twat oil. O ointment, arise, hurry. You, who are on the brow of Horus, arise. First quality cedar oil. Hurry. You who are, on Horus, you are placed on the brow of the Unas, so that he may feel sweet under you. You grant him to have power over his body, you grant that his terror be in the eyes of all the spirits when they look at him, and of everyone who hears his name. Osiris Unas, I bring you the eye of Horus which he takes, which is on your brow. First quality Libyan oil. To say 4 times Osiris Unas, the sound eye of Horus is being rubbed on your face. 2 pouches of green, cosmetic. You awake in peace, the goddess, Tate awakes in peace, Tait awakes. 2 rolls of line in peace. The eye of Horus in DEP is in peace, the eye of Horus in the mansions of the red crown is in peace, which the weavers receive, which he of the city adorns. Cause the 2 lands to bow before the Unas as they bow before Horus. Cause the 2 lands to fear Unas as they fear Seth. Be seated before Unas as his god, open his way in front of the spirits, that he may stand in front of the spirits like Anubis Cantimentiu. Forward. Forward, before Osiris. He goes who goes with his ka. Horus goes with his ka, Seth goes with his ka. Burning incense Thoth goes with his ka, the god goes with his ka, Osiris goes with his ka, he with 2 eyes goes with his ka, you also go with your ka. O Unas, the arm of your ka is before you. O Unas, the arm of your ka is behind you. O Unas, the leg of your ka is before you. O Unas, the leg of your ka is behind you. Osiris Unas, I give you the eye of Horus, that your face may be adorned with it. To say 4 times that the perfume of the eye of Horus may spread towards you. This is your libation, Osiris. This is your libation, O Unas libation 2 pellets coming from your son, coming from Horus. I have come, I bring you the eye of Horus, so that your heart may be refreshed by it. I bring it to you to carry you, to be, under your solace. Take the efflux which comes out of you, that your heart may not be weary thereby. To say 4 times take. The voice has come out for you. It is Thoth who came with it, he has come out carrying the eye of Horus. 1 table of offerings. The eye of Horus is given to him that he may be satisfied with it. Come with the royal offering. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus after he has been satisfied with it. Royal offering, twice. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus. Be satisfied with it. 2 offerings of the broad hall. You have caused it to retreat before you. Sit down. Be silent. Royal invocation. Offering. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, join it to your mouth. Breakfast 1 loaf, 1 beer. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, take care lest he violate it. 1 ttw bread. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, pulled out of him. 1 tarate bread. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, the diminished one, of which Seth has eaten. 1 mug of Dsr.T beer. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus which they, acting, against it, destroyed. 1 mug of XNMS beer. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, lift it to your face. To lift up 1 loaf, 1 beer. Lift up your face, Osiris, lift up your face, O Unas, he whose spirit goes. Lift up your face, Unas, honored and sharp-witted, that you see what comes out of you. Praise and partake of it. Wash yourself, Unas, open your mouth with the eye of Horus. Call your Ka, like Osiris, that he may protect you against every kind of wrath of the dead. Unas, receive this your bread which is the eye of Horus. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, of which you shall chew, so that you may be adorned with the liquid which goes out of you. 4 times, meal 1 loaf, 1 jar. Osiris Unas, take the joint, the eye of Horus. 1 joint of meat. Osiris Unas, unite to yourself the water which is in it. 2 cups of water. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus which purifies his mouth with natron. 2 cups of natron. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, unite it to your mouth. Breakfast 1 bread, 1 jar. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, the trampled by Seth. 1 ttw loaf. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus pulled out of him. 1 tarate loaf. Osiris Unas, take it upon you. 2 8 loaves. Osiris Unas, I bring you what causes you joy. 2 nair loaves. Osiris Unas, I place your eye, the tasty. 4 dp.t loaves. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus. Prevent him from suffering because of it. 4 psn cakes. Sarcophagus chamber north wall 3rd register, west to east, S. Osiris Unas, receive your head. To say 4 times 4 sns loaves. Osiris Unas, take your eye, seize it. To say 4 times 4 imta loaves. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, which he swallowed. 4 cake baskets. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus in its glory. 4 Hebenanite baskets. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, pulled out of him. 4 cameloves. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, which is placed in the mouth for you. 4 idat cakes behind you. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, your cake, that you may eat. 4 pat cakes. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, which he pulled out. 4 pieces of roast. Osiris Unas, bring to yourself these white and health teeth. 4 bunches of onions. Osiris Unas, take xpxxps, the eye of Horus. 1 foreleg. Osiris Unas, dance. Geb did not sin against his heir who inherited. 1 joint of meat. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, which you shall embrace. 1 joint of sxn.w meat. Osiris Unas, takes what replaces the eye of Horus. 1 SWT joint. Osiris Unas, take those who rebel against you. To say 4 times 4 ribs of meat. Osiris Unas, take your assailant. To say 4 times 1 pot of roast. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus. May you go towards it. 1 liver. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, towards which he goes. 1 spleen. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, which is on his brow. 1 Hamid. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, which is on the brow of Seth. Meat, 4 quarter. Osiris Unas, take the severed heads of the followers of Seth. 1 Aragus sacrifice stage 2. Osiris, take this heart, s desire. To say 4 times 1 trp goose. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, which he has brought. 1 st goose. Osiris Unas, take to you those who come being hot. 1 Sarcophagus. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus. Prevent him from sickening on it. 1 Pigeon. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, which he pulled out. 1 Tis of bread. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus. It shall not be cut off from you. 2 Shat loaves. Osiris Unas, the eye of Horus is reckoned for you. 2 Napat baskets. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, the water of which he disclosed. 2 Mst cups. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, the diminished one, of which Seth has eaten. 2 cups of Dsr.T beer. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus. They come, who have torn a piece from it. 2 cups of strong milk, Jot Dsr.T. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, which they destroyed, acting, against him. 2 cups of XNMS beer. Osiris Unas, equip yourself with the liquid which comes out of you. 2 cups of beer. Osiris Unas, equip yourself with the liquid which comes out of you. 2 cups of SXP.T. Osiris Unas, equip yourself with the liquid which comes out of you. 2 cups of PX. Osiris Unas, equip yourself with the liquid which comes out of you. 2 jars of Nubian beer. Osiris Unas, take the breast of Horus, which they taste. 2 baskets of figs. Osiris Unas, open your mouth with it. 2 cups of wine of the north. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, which they spat out. Prevent him from swallowing it. 2 jars of Abesh wine. Osiris Unas, take the pupil which is in the eye of Horus, that you may open your mouth with it. 2 cups of Buto wine. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus which he fished up. Open your mouth with it. 2 jars of Hamu wine. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus. It will not separate itself from you. 2 cups of Pelusium wine. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, it is glorious. 2 baskets of Hebnenet. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, which he swallowed. 2 baskets of cake. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, which he took from Seth. 2 baskets of JSD fruit. Osiris Unas, take the white eye of Horus. Prevent him from tearing it out. 2 baskets of white SS.T fruit. Osiris Unas, take the green eye of Horus. Prevent him from tearing it out. 2 baskets of green SS.T fruit. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus. Prevent him from ravishing it. 2 vases of wheat and agate corn. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus. Prevent him from ravishing it. 2 baskets of agate corn. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, while it salutes you. 2 baskets of Babat grain. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, which they chewed. 2 baskets of NBS fruit. Osiris Unas, open your 2 eyes that you may see with them. 2 baskets of NBS bread. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus. Prevent him from seizing it. 2 baskets of Wa fruit. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus, the sweet one, which you have caused to return. 2 baskets of all sorts of sweet fruit. Osiris Unas, take the eye of Horus. Reckon it to you. 2 baskets of all fresh vegetables. Osiris Unas, hey. Existence is for you, and with you, with you. Offering. Top passage to sarcophagus chamber north wall, west to east, O Osiris Unas, turn towards this your bread. Receive it from my hand. To save 4 times may the eye of Horus flourish, for you. Diverted divine offering bread, cake, liquid. This is your libation, Osiris. This is your libation, O Unas, coming from your son, coming from Horus. I have come, I bring you the eye of Horus, so that your heart may be refreshed by it, I bring it to you to carry you, to be, under your solace. Take the efflux which comes out of you, that your heart may not be weary thereby. To save 4 times take. The voice has come out for you. Presentation of a libation. Osiris sees everyone who hates Unas, who speaks evil against his name. O Thoth, go, seize him for Osiris. Bring the one who speaks evil against the name of Unas, place him in your hand. To say 4 times, do not separate yourself from him, take care that you are not separated from him. A libation. He goes who goes with his ka. Horus goes with his ka, Seth goes with his ka. Thoth goes with his ka, the god goes with his ka, Osiris goes with his ka, he with 2 eyes goes with his ka. You also go with your ka. O Unas, the arm of your ka is before you. O Unas, the arm of your ka is behind you. O Unas, the leg of your ka is before you. O Unas, the leg of your ka is behind you. Osiris Unas, I give you the eye of Horus, that your face may be adorned with it, that the perfume of the eye of Horus may spread towards you. Salutation, incense. Salutation, brother divine. Salutation, MNWR, he who is in the flesh of Horus. Great Father, spread out in your name a pellet. Your smell is for Unas, your perfume is for Unas. Eye of Horus, be high, be great for Unas. Incense. Top passage to sarcophagus chamber, south wall, west to east. This is here the hard eye of Horus. Place it in your hand that you may be sure of victory and that he, Seth, may fear you. Breaking of 2 red jars. This Unas comes to you, O Nut, this Unas comes to you, O Nut. He has thrown his father down to earth, he has left a Horus behind him. His 2 wings have grown as those of a hawk, his 2 feathers are those of a holy hawk. His soul has brought him here, his magical power has adorned him. May you open your place in heaven amongst the stars of heaven. You are indeed the unique star, the comrade of Hu. May you look down on Osiris, when he gives orders to the spirits. You stand high up, far from him. You are not of them, you shall not be of them. See. This Unas stands among you, 2 horns are on his head, like 2 wild bulls, for you are indeed the black ram, son of a black sheep, born of a bright sheep, suckled by 4 sheep mothers. He comes against you, Horus with blue eyes. Beware of the Horus with red eyes, whose anger is evil, whose power one cannot withstand. His messengers go, his quick runners run, they announce to the one who lifts his arm in the east that the unique one in you is going away, of whom, the God, said he will give orders to, my fathers, the gods. The gods are silent before you, the Ennead has put their hands before their mouths, before the one in you of whom the God said he will give orders to, my fathers, the gods. Step to the doors of the horizon, and the doors of the cool region open, themselves. You stand there, ruling over them as Geb rules over his Ennead. They come in, they strike down evil, with magical spells, they come out, their faces are lifted up. They see you as Min, who rules over the 2 shrines. He stands, who stands behind you, your brother stands behind you, your relative stands behind you, you do not go under, you will not be annihilated, your name remains with men, your name comes into being with the gods. Antechamber west gable, north to south, your son Horus has done this for you. The great ones tremble when they have seen the knife which is in your hand, when you come out of the dusk. Hail to you, wise one! Geb has created you, the Ennead has given you birth. Horus is satisfied with his father, Adam is satisfied with his years. The gods of the east and west are satisfied with this great event, which took place in the arms of the one who gives birth to the god, Nut. Unas there. O Unas, see, Ma. Unas there. O Unas, look, PTR. Unas there. O Unas, here. Unas there. O Unas, be there. Unas there. O Unas, arise on your side. Do as I order, you, who hate sleep, you who are tired. Get up, you who are innetted. Your fine bread is made in Buto. Receive your power, SXM, in Heliopolis. It is Horus to whom order was given to do this, for his father. To the Lord of the Storm, wrath is forbidden when he carries you. It is he who will carry Adam. Unas is a great one. Unas came out between the thighs of the divine Ennead. Unas was conceived by Sekhmet, it is she Semtet loincloth ornament who gave birth to Unas, as, to a star with sharp, SPD, front, Hadati, with wide stride, which brings provender for the road of Re every day. Unas has come to his throne which is over, TPT, the two gods Ses, who protect Upper and Lower Egypt, and Unas appears, Zaj, as a star. O you two contending ones, say then to the noble one, SPSJ, in this his name Unas is from that ZSZS plant which came out of earth. His hand is cleaned by the one who prepared his seed. Unas is this, flower, at the nose of the great mighty one. Unas has come out of the isle of fire, after he has placed truth there in the place of falsehood. Unas is the guardian of washing, who watches over the Uriai on that night of the great flood which comes out of the great one, sky. Unas appears as Nefertum, the lotus at the nose of Re, as he comes out of the horizon, Ax.T, every day, and at the sight of which the gods purify themselves. Unas is he who is over his Cas, who unites hearts from the one over wisdom, the great one who is in possession of the divine book, the wisdom at the right of Re, O you, liberated one from the hand of Unas. Indeed, Unas says what is in the heart of she the great one, Nut, on the festival of red cloth, JNS. It is Unas, the wisdom at the right of Re, deep of heart, he who is the ruler of the cavern of NWN. O you who are set over the hours, you who go in front of Re, prepare a way for Unas that Unas may pass through the guard, of demons, with terrible faces. Unas is on the way to his throne which is in front of, other, seats behind the god to whom a head has been given back, Osiris, adorned with the sharp and strong horn of an antelope, he is like one, who carries a sharp knife which cuts the throat. The horn is, the expeller of pain before the bull, the one who chastises those who are in darkness, it is, the strong horn of the antelope behind the Geet god. Unas has overpowered those who were to be punished, Unas has smashed their fronts. The arm of Unas will not be opposed in the horizon, Ax.T. Lift up your face, you gods who are in the Duat. Unas has come, that you might see him having become a great god. Lead, JBS equals introduce, initiate, Unas with trembling attire, Unas who has honored you all when he gave orders to men. Unas, now, judges those who live in the land, JDB, shore, of Re. Unas speaks to this pure land after having taken a seat there, together with him who separated the two gods, ntr.wj, equals Thoth. Unas is powerful in relation to him. Unas lifts his AMS scepter when he intends to refuse admittance to Unas. Unas sits together with the rowers of the bark of Re. Unas orders the good and he executes it. Unas is the great god. He is purified who has purified himself in the fields of rushes. Re has purified himself in the fields of rushes. He is purified, who has purified himself in the fields of rushes. This Unas has purified himself in the fields of rushes. The hand of Unas is in the hand of Re. Nut, take his hand. Shu, lift him up. Shu, lift him up. Top antechamber west wall, north to south, the great, Urias, fumigates the bull of Nekon, Hierarchon Polis. The heat of the fiery breath is against you, you who are about the shrine, Kar. O great God whose name is unknown, bring, at once a meal of the unique Lord. O Lord of the horizon, Ax.T, make place for Unas. If you fail to make place for Unas, Unas will pronounce a curse against his father Geb. The earth shall not speak any more, Geb shall not be able to defend himself. He, whom Unas finds on his way, he will eat him piecemeal. The HNT pelican announces, SR, the Ennead, PSD.T, pelican comes out. The Great One rises. The Enneads speak completely damned off shall be the land. The two ridges of the mountain, on both sides of the Nile Valley, shall be united. The two banks of the river will be joined. The roads will be hidden from the passers-by. The steps, RWD.W, will be annihilated for those who go up. Make tight the rope, of the boat, sail the road of heaven. Strike the ball on the meadow of happy, Apis. Ha! Your fields are in fright, O Jadstar, before the pillar of stars, when they have seen the pillar of Kenset, a country, the bull of heaven. How the herdsman of the bulls is overwhelmed with awe before him. Ha! Fear, tremble, you evildoers, before the storm of heaven. He has opened the earth with that which he knew on the day when he intended to come, so he said, the rich one in plowland, he who lives in the Duat. She comes to meet you, the beautiful West Goddess, to meet you with her beautiful locks. She says he comes whom I have borne, whose horn shines, the, well, anointed pillar, the bull of heaven. Your form is exalted. Pass by in peace. I have preserved you, so says the beautiful West, Goddess, to Unas. Go, navigate towards the field of offerings, that you may bring the HP.T to him on his QA.T bush, so says he at the head of his dwellings, MNJ.T equals F. You fall to pieces to the ground to your thickness, up to your middle, up to your stretching out. Still, you see the sun in his bonds and you praise the sun at his coming out of his bonds with great protection, he in his red fabric, shroud. The Lord of Peace, HTP.W equals offerings, gives you your arm. O you she-monkeys who cut off the heads, let Unas pass by you in peace. He has attached his head to his neck while his neck is, well, established on his rump in this his name of he with attached head, when he, also, attached the head of the Apis bull in it, on the day of lassoing of the Ngul. Those whom Unas allowed to get fed from their drink, they draw from their overflow. O may Unas be honored there by those who see him. The praise serpent is on its scepter, the tefnet of Unas, she who supports Shu, she makes his seat wide in Bizarus, DDW, in Mendes, DD.T, in the necropolis of Heliopolis. She erects his two supports, JA.TJ, in front of the Great One. She excavates a pool for Unas in the fields of rushes, she establishes his field in the fields of offerings. Unas judges in the great flood, Cow, who is between the two contending ones, for his strength is the strength of the eye of Tb, the sun god, his Visterius strength is the Visterius strength of the eye of Tb. Unas has freed himself from those who did this against him, who ravished his meal when it was there, who ravished his evening meal when it was there, who ravished the breath from his nose and brought to an end the period of his life. Unas is victoriously stronger than they, appearing, again, on his river bank, WDB. The hearts, of his enemies, fall into his fingers, their intestines are for the inhabitants of the sky, their red, blood, for those of the earth, their inheritance is to be poor, their home set afire, their land property is to the high Nile, HPWR. The heart of Unas be glad, sweet, the heart of Unas be glad, sweet. Unas is the unique one, the bull of heaven. He has exterminated those who did this against him, he has annihilated their offspring upon earth. What is before his throne, what he will seize, what he will exalt is what his father Shu gave him in the presence of Seth. The horizon, Ax.T, fumigates before Horus of Hierarchon Polis. A meal for the lords. The horizon fumigates before Horus of Hierarchon Polis. The heat of its fiery breath is against you who surround the shrine, Kar, of the sun god. Its poisonous heat is against you who wear the Great One. The horizon fumigates before Horus of Hierarchon Polis. A meal for the lords. O, ugly one, whose essence is ugly, whose form is ugly. Go away from your seat, lay down on the ground your dignity for Unas. If you do not go from your seat and lay down on the ground your dignity for this Unas will come with a face like this great one, the Lord of the Lion Helmet, the God of the striking power, who became powerful through the injury of his eye. Then he will cause the fire of his eye to encompass you, so that it sends a storm against those who did evil, so that it, poison, gushes forth among the primeval ones. He will then strike off the arms of Shu under Nut. Unas will then lay his arm on this, last, protection on which you lean. The Great One rises then in his shrine, Kar. He lays down his dignity on the floor for Unas after he, Unas, has seized HW and taken possession of SJA. Unas has inherited Geb, Unas has inherited Geb. He has inherited Adam, him on the throne of Horus the eldest, SMSW. His, Horus, eye is in his strength, his protection is what has been done against him. The heat of the fire of the Urias, Ax.T, is like Renanutet, which is on him. Unas has put his fear into their hearts by making a massacre amongst them. The gods have seen it, while they took their clothes off. They bow before Unas while praising Rohim, O his mother, Tohim, O, his native place, DMJ. Horus, loose the rope. Excitement in heaven. We see something new, say the gods of primeval times. O Ennead, new, Horus is in the sunlight, the lords of forms serve him, the two whole Enneads turn for him, as he sits on the seat of the Lord of all, NBTM. Unas takes heaven, he splits its brass, Unas is led on the ways of the becoming one, XPR. Unas goes to peace, being alive in the west, and the inhabitants of the Duat serve, SMS, him. Unas shines again, PSD, in the east, the one who separates the quarrelers, Thoth, comes to him, bowing. Serve Unas, you gods, he is older than the Great One, says he. He took his seat. Unas takes HW, eternity, NHH, is brought to him, SJA is placed at his feet. Jubilati for Unas, he has taken the horizon. Osiris is Unas in a dust storm. His horror is the earth, Unas does not enter into Geb that he might be annihilated, that he might sleep in his house, HW.T, upon earth, that his bones might be broken. His injuries are effaced. He has purified himself with the eye of Horus. His injuries are effaced by the two female kites of Osiris. Unas has freed himself from the discharge of his wounds, in Kus into earth. His sister, the Lady of Pe, is the one who bewailed him. Unas goes to heaven. Unas goes to heaven with the wind, with the wind. He will not be hindered, there is no one who might hinder him. There will be no session on his behalf in the assembly, T, of the god. Unas is on his own, the eldest, SMSW, of the gods. His cake comes up together with, the one for, Re. His great offering meal comes out of NW and Unas is one who returns. He comes and goes together with Re. His houses, HW.WT, are being visited by him. Unas distributes the Ka.W, he ravishes the Ka.W, he punishes and effaces injuries. Unas spends the day, he spends the night while he pacifies the two hoes in Hermopolis, west-northwest. His foot is not hindered, his heart is not opposed. O Geb, bull of Nut, Horus is Unas, the heir of his father. Unas is he who went and came back, the fourth of these four gods who have brought the water, who have made a purification. Top antechamber south wall, west to east, continued from the west wall, who jubilate over the strength of their fathers. He wishes to be justified in what he has done himself. Unas, the small orphan, Tifen, went to law with the sister, Tefnet. The two truths judged, while Shu was a witness. The two truths have decreed that the thrones of Geb should come to him and that he should raise himself to what he wanted. Bring together, then, his members, which shall be secret. He joins those who are in NWN, he leaves his testament in Heliopolis. lo. Unas comes out on this day in the true form of a living ox spirit, so that Unas interrupts the fight, so that he punishes strife. Unas comes out, the guardian of Mot, he brings it while it is with him. Those who were very angry turn round about him, those who were in NWN transfer life to him. Unas' shelter is in his eye, the protection of Unas is in his eye, Unas' victorious strength is in his eye, the power of Unas in his eye. O you gods of the south, of the north, of the west and of the east, honor Unas, fear him, for he sat in the leather tent of the two courts. The red one, Urias, the Genin snake, might have burned you, for it strikes, crushes, your hearts. You who come to Unas as adversaries, come to him, as friends, come to him. Unas is his father's self, he is the sprout of his mother. Unas' abomination is to go about in darkness, so that he does not see, upside down. Unas comes out on this day and brings Mot which is with him. Unas will not be handed to your flame, you gods. Unas is a heart thrower, the son of the heart of Shu, spread out and outspreading with a terrible light. Unas is he who burns before the wind to the limits of heaven, to the limits of earth, as soon as the hands of lightning are emptied of Unas. Unas traverses the air, Shu, and passes over the earth, Acre. He kisses the red crown as one hurled by a god. Those in the tree crowns, open their arms to him. Unas stands on the east side of the vault of heaven, and what rises to the road, of heaven, is brought to him. It is Unas, the message of the storm. Ignore not Unas, O God, you know him for he knows you, he knows you. Ignore not Unas, O Re, you know him for he, also, knows you. Ignore not Unas, O Re, it is to be said to you, greatest one of the annihilated. Ignore not Unas, O Thoth, you know him for he knows you. Ignore not Unas, O Thoth, it is said to you, the one in peace. Ignore not Unas, O Horus Soaped, you know him because he knows you. Ignore not Unas, O Horus Soaped, it is to be said to you, unfortunate one. Ignore not Unas, you who are in the Duat. You know him for he knows you. Ignore not Unas, you who are in the Duat, it is to be said to you, he who awakes in good health, WDA. Ignore not Unas, O Bull of heaven, you know him because he knows you. Ignore not Unas, O Bull of heaven. It is to be said to you, this NXX star. See, Unas comes, see, Unas comes. See, Unas has gone up. Unas, however, comes not by himself. It is an embassy which came to him. Unas has passed by the dangerous place. The fury of the great lake, SWR, avoided him. His fare is not taken in the great ferry boat. The shrine of the great ones, he Juru, could not ward him off the road, MSK.T, of the Sihdu stars. See then, Unas has reached the height of heaven. He has seen himself in the night barge, MSK.T. It is Unas who rowed it. He has recognized his swelling Urias in the morning barge, MAND.T. It is Unas who has bailed it out. The people of light, HNMM.TJW, bore witness for him. The hail showers of the sky took hold of him. They let Unas ascend to Re. The two reed floats of the sky are laid down for Re, that he may cross to the horizon. The two reed floats of the sky are laid down for Horakti, that Horakti may cross on them to Re. The two reed floats of the sky are laid down for Unas, that he may cross on them to Horakti, to Re. It is pleasant for Unas to be with his Ka, and he lives together with his Ka. His panther skirt is on him, his aim scepter is on his arm, his Abbas scepter in his hand. He, those who go to them, and they bring him those 4 ox spirits, the oldest ones, at the head of the curly ones who stand at the eastern side of the sky, who lean on their dam scepters in order that, these 4 spirits, say to Re the beautiful name of Unas, and announce this Unas to Neabkal, in order that the entrance of this Unas be greeted. The fields of rushes are filled, with water, to let Unas cross the sinuous water course. This Unas will cross a crossing to the eastern side of the Ake horizon. This Unas will cross a crossing to the eastern side of the sky. His sister is Sothis, the Duat has given him birth. Your heart belongs to you, O Osiris, your 2 feet belong to you, O Osiris, your arm belongs to you, O Osiris, the heart of Unas belongs to him, himself, his 2 feet belong to him, himself, his arms belong to him, himself. The earth is beaten into steps for him towards heaven, that he may mount on it towards heaven, and he rises on the smoke of the great fumigation. He flies away, this Unas, as an apd goose, he alights as a xprr scarab, he flies away as an apd goose, he alights as a scarab on the empty throne which is in your boat, O Re, stand up, begone, thou who do not know the thicket of rushes, that Unas may sit on your seat, that he may row in the sky in your boat, O Re. This Unas pushes off from earth, being, in your boat, O Re, when you come out of the Ake horizon. He has his SXM scepter in his hand as one who sails your boat, O Re. You approach heaven, you are far from earth, being far from wife and the SNDWT kilt. This Unas washes himself, reappears, the great Ennead shines, the Ombite, Seth, is high as ruler of the southern Ideret shrine. This Unas ravishes mankind as his own limb. This Unas seizes the WRR.T crown, the very great equals white crown, from the 2 Enneads. Isis takes care of him, Nephthys suckles him, Horus takes him to his side, he purifies the Unas in the Jackal lake, Szab, he cleans the Ka of the Unas in the lake of dawn, Sda.Tj, he rubs down the flesh of the Ka of the Unas as well as his own, with that which is at Re's side in the Ake horizon, with what he, receives when the 2 lands, Egypt, are lighted and he opens the face of the gods. He takes the Ka of the Unas as well as himself to the great castle, Hw.Ta.T, after courts have been made or travelled through, by him and the wire, Hmat, has been attached for him. Then this Unas leads to the imperishable, stars equals circumpolars, he crosses to the fields of rushes, those who are in the horizon row for him, those who are in the cool, sky, region, qbh.w, convey him. Excellent is this Unas being excellent, his arms do not fail him. Foremost is this Unas being foremost, his Ka comes to him. The fire is laid, the fire shines, the incense is placed on the fire, the incense shines. Your smell comes to Unas, O incense. The smell of Unas comes to you, O incense. Your smell comes to Unas, O gods. The smell of Unas comes to you, O gods. May Unas be with you, O gods. May you be with Unas, O gods. May Unas live with you, O gods. May you live with Unas, O gods. May Unas love you, O gods. Love him, O gods. The Pakpelet comes, the Padpelet comes, which come out of the knee of Horus. They come the ones who have risen up. They come, the ones who have risen up. They come the ones who have elevated, she-wise. They come the ones who have elevated, she-wise. Horus climbs on the knees of Isis. This Unas ascends on the knees of Nephthys. The father of Unas, Adam, seizes the arm of Unas and he assigns Unas to those gods who are quick and clever, the never-setting stars, circumpolars. Mother of Unas, Ipai, give to Unas this your breast, that this Unas may pass it over his mouth, that he may suck this your white, clear, sweet milk. That land into which Unas goes, he will not thirst in it, he will not hunger in it, eternally. Awake in peace, you whose face is behind, in peace, you who looks behind, in peace, ferryman of the sky, in peace, ferryman of Nut, in peace, ferryman of the gods, in peace. Unas comes to you that you may ferry him in that ferryboat in which you ferry the gods. Unas comes to his side as a god who comes to his side. Unas comes to his side side, as a god who comes to his side side. There is no accuser, about, a living one against Unas, there is no accuser, about, a dead one against Unas, there is no accuser about a Ztgus against Unas, there is no accuser about a Gn, equals Ng. Bull against Unas. If you do not ferry Unas, he will jump up and place himself on the wing of Thoth. It is he, Thoth, who will, then, ferry him over to this other side. Unas is he who has caused the land to be under water Nile flood, after he came out of the lake. It is Unas who has plucked up the papyrus. Unas is he who has satisfied, HTP, the two lands. Unas is he who has united the two lands. Unas is he who will unite himself with his mother Kamutep deity, the great wild cow, Sma.twr.t. Mother of Unas, you wild cow and wife, who, as a cow, is on the grassy hill, who, as a woman or vulture, is on the mount of the ZHZH bird. They stand fast, the two DJED pillars, the broken off steps come down. Unas ascends on that ladder which his father Re has made for him. Horus and Seth seize the arm of Unas and take him to the Duat region. He, Horus, to whom a wink was made, beware of the one to whom, this, was ordered. He, Seth, to whom it was ordered, beware of him to whom a wink was made. The face of the god opens for Unas and Unas sits down on the great seat, STWR.T, at the side of the god. O height which has not, yet, been reached, gate of none, Unas comes to you. Let this, gate, be opened for him. Is Unas the little one there? Unas is at the head of the servants of Re, Unas is not at the head of the gods who create trouble. Top antechamber east gable, south to north, the sky is clouded, the stars are darkened. The bows move, the bones of Acre tremble, earthquake, then all movements cease after they have seen Unas appearing and powerful as a god who lives on his fathers, who feeds on his mothers. Unas is a lord of craft, whose name, even, his mother does not know. Unas' venerability, SPSW, is in the sky, his strength, WSR, is in the Ake horizon, like his father Adam who begot him. He has begotten him more powerful, WSR, than himself. The Cas of Unas are behind him, his maidservants are under his feet, his protector, gods are over him, his uraei are on his brow, WP.T, the guide serpent of Unas is on his brow, Ha.T, she who perceives, PTR, the soul, of the enemy, she whose fire is effective. The power, WSR.W, of Unas is for his protection. Unas is the bull of heaven, who, once, suffered want, and who has decided to live on the essence of every god, who eats their entrails when they come from the Isle of Fire with their bellies full of magical charms, HKA.W. Unas is a well-provided one, who has absorbed his spirits, Ax.W. Unas has appeared as this great one, lord of those who are at hand. He sits with his back turned to Geb. Unas it is who judges with he whose name is hidden, on the day when the elder, SMSW, is being sacrificed. Unas is the lord of offerings, who knots the cord, who prepares himself a meal. Unas is he who eats men, room TJW, who lives on gods, lord of messengers who gives instructions. Indeed, he who seizes by the hair, residing in Khau, Ka.W, is he who lassos, SPH, them for Unas. Indeed, the snake-lifted head, DSRTP equals F, is he who keeps guard over them for him, who keeps them back for him. Indeed, he over the red is he who binds, the Cas, them for him. Indeed, Khonsu, the moon, who slaughters the lords, cuts their throats for Unas, and takes out for him what is in their bellies. He is the messenger whom he sends out to chastise. Indeed, Shizmuo, winepress god, cuts them up for Unas and cooks for him a meal out of them in his evening cook-pots. Unas is he who eats their magic, who swallows their spirits, Ax.W. Their great ones are for his morning meal, their middle-sized ones for his evening meal, their little ones for his night meal, their old men and the old women are for his fuel. Indeed, the great ones in the northern sky are they who light fire for him, under, the kettles which contain them with the legs of their eldest. Those who are in heaven serve Unas when his hearth is constructed with the legs of their old women. He has completely encircled the two heavens, he has revolved around the two lands. Unas is the great power, SXMWR, the power over the powers. Unas is the Axm hawk, the hawk of hawks, the great one. He whom he finds on his way, he eats him bit by bit. Respect before Unas is, more, than before other nobles, SAH.W, who are in the Ake horizon. Unas is a god older than the eldest. Thousands serve him. Hundreds make offerings for him. A certificate is given him as a great power, SXMWR, by Orion, SAH, the father of the gods. Unas has appeared again in heaven. He is crowned with the upper Egyptian crown as Lord of the horizon. He has reckoned up the dorsal vertebrae, he has seized the hearts of the gods, he has eaten the red one, he has swallowed the green one. Unas feeds on the lungs of the wise. His pleasure is to live on hearts, as well as on their magic, HKA.W. Unas is disgusted when his tongue touches the emetic parts, which are in the red one. He is pleased when their magic is in his belly. The dignity, SAHW, of Unas shall not be taken from him, for, he has swallowed the wisdom, SJA, of every god. Unas' span of life is eternity, his limit is everlastingness. In this his dignity of if he wishes he does, if he wishes not he does not. He is in the region of the Ake eternally and forever. Lo, their soul, BA, is in the belly of Unas, their spirits, Ax.W, are with Unas as the broth of the gods, cooked for Unas from their bones. Lo, their soul, BA, is with Unas, their shadows, taken away, from those to whom they belong. Unas is that which appears, which remains. The doers, of evil, shall not be able to destroy the favorite seat of Unas amongst the living in this land, eternally to eternity. Unas has come to you, hawks, although your houses are closed for Unas. His loincloth is on his back, made of the hide of the Jan baboon. Unas opens the gate with the double doors, XNS gate. Unas reaches the limit of the Ake after Unas has put down there to the ground his robe with the tail. Unas will become a great one who resides in Crocodilopolis, Sobek. Your deed be against you, what you will do will be against you, O Xke serpent, he who is in his hole, O adversary. Top antechamber east wall, south to north, Horus has fallen down because of his eye, the bull has rolled down because of his testicles. Fall. Roll down. Babj has arisen, he opposes the god, ruler of Letopolis, XNTJXM, who was protected by that spittle. This, spittle, also, protects everyone beloved by me. You are loosed, O WFJ snake. I cause Unas to be protected. O Unas, I have trampled the mud of the watercourses. Thoth is the protector of Unas, when it is dark, when it is dark. Doer, passerby, may thy face look backward. Beware of the great door. Chastise HKW, KBBHRWBJ, O lion of PHTJ, lion of PTTJ, the PHTJ, and PTTJ. Give me now, HRWTWBS meat, now. One pot. Go. Go. Serpent. Serpent. O this country, XS.T, mouth of the river, this is the place of my overthrow. This country, mouth of the river belongs to me, the gold of the praise, it is Zajta.W of the praise, this your ox, the renowned one, against whom this has been done. Unas jerks indeed his thumb, the left one, against you. He gives a sign with it to men as god of the eastern desert, to the defenders. O you who are used to rob, do not rob. He one bitten by Adam, as a mongoose, has filled the mouth of Unas while he twisted, himself, a twisting. The centipede, ZPA, is struck, HW, by the inhabitant of the mansion, HW.TJ. The inhabitant of the mansion is struck by the centipede. That, should be, lion inside the lion, the two bulls fight inside the ibis, TXN. Your 2 drops of poison are on the way to the 2 poison vessels. Spit out the 2 now, as they are overfilled with liquid. O you who wink, you who are, adorned, with a diadem, OSSA.W rain, that the snake may become faint-hearted and the throat of my heart be saved. Cloud, burst, that the lion be drowned in water and that the throat of the king be wide. O you who rush up as the young of the water pest, TMTJ, THNW equals foreign countries, KBNW, those who glide away. The red crowns praise the TJ.WS, A, JJ. The TJ.WS, A, JJ belong to him who has elevated the red crowns. Hail, we too. He who makes his mother NNJ, he who makes his mother NNJ. Are you really in this? Are you really in this? Lion, be gone. HKJ serpent, HKR.T serpent, go away, with, face on the road. Eye of Horus, do not look at him. You will not do your will with Unas. Get away, out. The bull falls because of the SDH snake, the SDH snake falls because of the bull. Fall, roll together. A face falls on a face. A speckled and black knife comes out against it. It has swallowed that which it has seized. Your honor, HKNW, is effaced, O white hole, by him who has escaped the FNT snake. Your honor is ravished from you, O white hole, by him who escaped the FNT snake. You, to the one who attacks, O JKNHJ snake. Your parentage belongs to him whom you have attacked, O JKNHJ snake. Back, invisible, JMNJ, snake, make yourself invisible and do not let Unas see you. Do not come in the place where Unas is, lest he pronounce against you this your name of NMJ, son of NMJ.T. A holy person falls into the Nile, HP, as a pelican. Flee. Flee. Brood, lie down. Unas is a Horus who came out of the acacia, SND, house of the acacia, linked with funerary ritual/mummification, who came out of the acacia, to whom it was ordered beware of the lion, serpent. He comes out to whom it was ordered beware of the lion. Unas has come out of this DNJ.T jar after he has passed the night in his DNJ.T jar. Unas appears in the morning. He has come out of his DNJ.T jar after he has passed the night in his DNJ.T jar. Unas appears in the morning. The panther cat, MAFD.T, springs on the neck of the serpent Shiva brought her gift, poison. She repeats it, the attack, on the neck of the serpent holy head, DSRTP. Who is he who will be spared? Unas is who will be spared. TTW snake, Shenur, whither? You shall not go, stop for Unas. Unas is Gab, OHMT snake, brother of the HMT.T snake. Shall the father die, the Damja the hand of Unas is come upon you, the powerful one, the one which is come upon you. This hand is, the panther cat, MAFD.T, which rules in the mansion of life, XNT.THW.TANX, she strikes you in your face, she scratches your eyes, so that you fall down in your dung and glide down in your urine. Fall, lie down, glide away, so that your mother nut may see you. Reappears, his uraeus on his head, against this serpent which comes out of the ground, which is under the fingers of Unas. He cuts off your head with this his knife which was in the hand of the panther cat, MAFD.T, she who lives in the house of life he draws those, teeth, which are in your mouth, he saps your seed, poison, with those 4 strings which were in the service of the sandal of Osiris. Monster, lie down. Bull, glide away. The uraeus is for the sky, the centipede of Horus is for the earth. One sandal, had, Horus when he stepped on the lord of the mansion, HW.T, the bull of the whole, tph.t, the fighting snake, snt. I will not be attacked by it, for the sycamore of Unas is his sycamore, the refuge of Unas is his refuge. He, whom Unas meets on his way, he will eat him bit by bit. Okurti of Nazat, ferryman jntrd floor sweeping ritual. Of the jqh.t barge, made Biknam, bring this to Unas. Unas is Soker of Aroseta. Unas is, on his way, to the place of Soker, at the head, xn.tj, of pdws. Our brother of the two is he who brings these dunes of the desert. Your bread of eternity is yours, O njw together with nn.t, you two sources of the gods, who protect the gods in their shade. Your bread of eternity is yours, jmn together with jmn.t, you two sources of the gods, who protect the gods in their shade. Your bread of eternity is yours, O Adam together with the double lion, who have created themselves, their double divinity for themselves. This is Shu with Tefnut, the two who made the gods, begot the gods, established the gods. Say to your father that Unas has given you your bread of eternity, that he satisfied you with what is due to you. You should not hinder Unas when he crosses to him, towards the horizon. Unas knows him, he knows his name everlastingness, nhh, is his name, everlastingness, the Lord of the year is his name, he with the arm ready to fight, Horus over the Milky Way, shdw, of heaven, who makes Re alive every day. He will build Unas again, make Unas alive every day. Unas comes to you, Horus of Kot. Unas comes to you, Horus of ssm.t, Unas comes to you, Horus of the East. Lo, Unas brings you your great left eye as healer. Receive it from the hand of Unas, being uninjured, wda, the water in it uninjured, its red, blood, is in it, uninjured, its breathing is in it, uninjured. Enter into it, take it into your possession, in this your name he with divine ruler's decoration, that you may approach it in this your name of replace it on your brow, ha.t, in this your name of choice oil, hat.t, that you may rejoice in it in this your name of willow, basket, tr.t, so that you shine forth thereby among the gods, in this your name of that which sparkles, thn.t, that you may be pleased with it in its name of oil of praise. The rnnwt.t goddess shall love you. Stay, great raft, as upyot, fuel of your spiritual power, mhtjm jax equals k, coming out of the horizon after having taken the wrr.t, white, crown in the great and mighty fountainheads in the south of Libya, xn.tjwthnw, as Sobek, lord of the mountain of the morning, bajrw. You travel towards your fields, you traverse your ksb.t groves, your nose inhales the perfumes of the land of Shesemtet. You let the ka of Unas come near him like that wig of yours which comes near you. Purify for you Unas, make Unas bright in this your Jackal lake, O Jackal, Zab, in which you purify the gods. You are powerful, you are sharp, spd, as Horus, the lord of the green stone. To say 4 times like the 2 green hawks. Top antechamber north wall, west to east, serene. Is the sky, soaked lives, i.e., shines, for it is Unas indeed who is the living, star, the son of Sothis. The 2 Enneads have purified, themselves, for him as Mesketiu, Great Bear, the imperishable stars. The house of Unas which is in the sky will not perish, the throne of Unas which is on earth will not be destroyed. The humans, room tjw, hide themselves, the gods fly up, Sothis has let Unas fly towards heaven amongst his brothers the gods. Nut the Great has uncovered her arms for Unas. The 2 souls at the head of the souls of Heliopolis have bowed down at the beginning of the day, they who have passed the night while they made this bewailing for the god. The throne of Unas is with you, Re. He will not give it to any other god. He, Unas, ascends, on it, towards heaven near you, Re, while his face, is like that of, hawks, his wings, are like those, of Apges, his talons, like, the fangs of he of the Juephnome. There is no word against Unas on earth among men, there is no crime of him in heaven among gods. Unas has done away with the word against him, Unas has annulled it in order to rise towards heaven. Upuot has let Unas fly to heaven amongst his brothers, the gods. Unas has moved his arms like a smn goose, he has beaten his wing like a kite. He flies up, he who flies up, O men. Unas flies up away from you. O gods of the west, O gods of the east, O gods of the south, O gods of the north. These 4 pure reed floats which you placed for Osiris when he ascended towards heaven that he might cross towards the cool region, QBHW, while his son Horus was at his fingers, i.e., at his side, in order to let him grow up and let him appear as a great god in the cool region, place them for Unas. Are you Horus, son of Osiris? Are you, Unas, the god, the eldest one, the son of Hathor? Are you the seed of Geb? Osiris has ordered that Unas may appear, Zaj, as a second Horus. These 4 spirits, Ax.W, who are in Heliopolis have written it down in the register of the 2 great gods in the cool region. Hail to you, daughter of Anubis, she who stands at the windows, Ptr.W, of the sky, you friend of Thoth, she who stands at the 2 side rails of the ladder. Open the way for Unas that he may pass. Hail you, O ostrich standing on the shore of the winding stream. Open the way for Unas, that he may pass. Hail to you, bull of Re, you with the 4 horns. Your horn is in the west, your horn is in the east, your horn is in the south, your horn is in the north. Bow that western horn of yours for Unas, that Unas may pass. Are you then a pure westerner? I come from the Hawk City. Hail, field of my peace. Hail, honored dead who are in you. Unas will honor those who are in you. Pleasant is the pure one who is in me. Says the field, the ladder is tied together by Re before Osiris. The ladder is tied together by Horus before his father Osiris, when he goes to his soul, Ax. One of them is on this side, one of them is on that side, while Unas is between them. Are you then a god whose places are pure? I come from a pure place. Stand here, Unas, says Horus. Sit here, Unas, says Seth. Take this arm, says Re. The spirit, Ax, belongs to heaven, the body, Sa.T, to earth. What men receive when buried is 1,000 bread, 1,000 beer from the offering table of Kentamenteu. Is the heir grown poor, not having a script, then, this Unas shall write with his big finger, he shall not write with his little finger. How beautiful is indeed the sight, how good indeed to see, so say they, so say the gods, when, this god ascends to heaven, when, Unas ascends to heaven while his power, Ba.W, is over him, the fear on both his sides, his magical power in front of his legs. Geb acted towards him as it was done towards himself. They come towards him, the gods Ba-Pe, the gods Ba-Nekan, the gods of the sky, the gods of the earth. They elevate Unas on their arms. And you ascend, Unas, to the sky, you, climb on it in this its name of ladder. Heaven be given to Unas, earth be given to Unas, so said Adam. He who spoke about it, to Adam, is Geb. The abodes of, my, office, kingdom, the abodes of Horus, the abodes of Seth, the fields of rushes, they honor you in this your name of Duau bag like standard equals to Kenu equivalent, like soaked he, who resides, under his kespit tree. Has he killed you after his heart told him that you should die through him? Lo, you come into being against him as the bull, JMNW, of the wild bulls, SMA.W, who remained, after the fight. He remains, JMN, he remains, the bull who remained, and you will also remain, Unas, at their head, at the head of the spirits, Ax.W, forever. A heliopolite is in Unas, O God. Your heliopolite is in Unas, O God. A heliopolite is in Unas, O Re. Your heliopolite is in Unas, O Re. The mother of Unas is a heliopolite. The father of Unas is a heliopolite. Unas himself is a heliopolite, born in Heliopolis when Re ruled the two Enneads, when Nefertum ruled the human beings, RxJJT. He is, one who has no second, the heir of his father Geb. Any god who should stretch his arm, against him, when the face of Unas is turned towards you in order to praise, DWA, you and to call you on account of the person, D.T, of Unas, O God, on account of his nose, O God, he shall have no bread, he shall have no cake amongst his brothers the gods, he shall not send ascending, he shall not cover in his rut amongst his brothers, the gods. The doors of the night barge, MSK.TT, shall not be opened for him, the doors of the morning barge, MAND.T, shall not be opened for him. His speech should not be judged as that of one in his city. The doors of the place of annihilation should not be opened for him. Unas comes to you. This Unas is a wild bull of the grassland, the bull with a large head, which comes from Heliopolis. Unas comes to you, the wild bull of the grassland. It is Unas, he who gives birth to you, who continually gives birth to you. Hail to you, Horus in the Horite sites. Hail to you, Seth in the Sten sites. Hail to you, Reed God, Jarw, in the fields of rushes. Hail to you, the two harmonious ones, daughters of the four gods who are at the head of the great castle, HW.TA.T, you who came out at the voice of Unas, naked. Unas saw you, as Horus saw Isis. Unas saw you as Neabkau saw Serket. Unas saw you as Sobek saw Neith. Unas saw you as Seth saw the two harmonious ones. Unas is the thresher of gods, who is behind the castle of Re, born from the goddess Wish of the gods, she at the prow of the barge of Re. Unas sits before him, Unas opens his chests, Unas unseals his decrees, Unas seals his book rolls, Unas sends his messengers who do not tire. Unas does that which he says to Unas. Should Unas be bewitched, Adam will be bewitched. Should Unas be opposed, Adam will be opposed. Should Unas be beaten, HW, Adam will be beaten. Should Unas be hindered on this way, Adam will be hindered. Unas is Horus, Unas came after his father, Unas came after Osiris. Oh, his face in front, his face behind, bring this to Unas. What fairy shall I bring to Unas? Bring to Unas the one that flies up, which alights. See Unas, O Re, recognize Unas, Re. He is one of them who know you, he knows. When his Lord comes out, he should not forget the offering given, so that she who locks out when she locks out may open the doors of the horizon, Ax.T, for the coming out of the morning barge. I know the hall, ZH, of the pavilion, MNW, in the middle of the podium, XTA, of the guardian, JZKN, from which you come out and descend into the night barge. Order then, Unas, order him to speak the words 4 times one after the other to these roaring ones who are behind you, who see with 2 faces, who speak in a roar, which is evil for those who are to be made miserable, for those whom they want to annihilate. Give order, so that they do not put their arm in the way of Unas, when Unas turns his face towards you, when Unas comes towards you, as one who says to you your name of great flood which came out of she the great one, Nut. May Unas not be blind when you place him in darkness. May he not be deaf so that he does not hear your voice. May you take Unas with you, he who drives away the storm for you, who dispels the clouds for you, who breaks up the hail for you. Unas will make you adoration, upon adoration. Unas will make you praise, upon praise. May you set Unas over the vulture goddess. May the bread fly up. May the bread continue to fly up to the 7 houses of the red crown. Top exit corridor west wall, south to north, the phallus of Babi is pulled out, lock of door, the doors of the sky are open. The doors of the sky are locked, the way leads, over the fire glow, under that which assembles the gods. What lets every Horus glide through will also let Unas glide through, over the fire glow, under that which assembles the gods. They make a way for Unas that Unas may pass along it. Unas is a Horus. Back, you ox who should be slaughtered, in whose horns should be the fingers of Acre. Fall, glide away. Unas is a Jan baboon, a Htt baboon, a Pat baboon. Unas bottom is according to Unas own wish, blessedness is on the head of Unas. Unas will make the jubilations, HNJ, of those, i.e., as those, who jubilati. He will sit among you, youthful ones. OHMJ, and should, Unas does not give you his magical power. Unas will sit, his back towards she the Holy One in Heliopolis. Take Unas to the sky. Unas came today, out of the overflow of the inundation. Unas is Sobek with green feather, with watchful face, with uplifted brow, rushing up, coming from the leg and the tail of the Great One, she who resides in the brilliant light, JMJ.Tjax. Unas came to his water currents which are in the land of the flood of the great overflow, MHWR.T, equals the sky, to the place of peace with green pastures, which is on the horizon. Unas causes the grass to become green on the two banks of the horizon. Unas brings the green brilliance to the great eye which resides among the pastures. Unas takes his seat which is on the horizon. Unas arises as Sobek, the son of Neith. Unas eats with his mouth, Unas urinates, Unas copulates with his phallus. Unas is the lord of seed, he who takes the women from their husbands, wherever Unas wants, according to the desire of his heart. Top exit corridor east wall, south to north, Unas is the now snake, the leading bull, who has swallowed his 7 uraei, and so his 7 neck vertebrae came into being, he who gives orders to his 7 enneads who hear the word of the king, MDWJTW. Unas has come, he swallows myrrh, and J. Unas takes myrrh, he wallows, and JJ equals F, in myrrh. The nails, and, of Unas are of myrrh. Unas has taken your necks, O gods. Serve Unas so that he invests you with your cas. Unas is the bull of double brilliance in the midst of his eye. Safe is the mouth of Unas through the fiery breath, the head of Unas through the horns of the Lord of the South. Unas leads the god. Unas rules over the ennead. Unas lets the lapis lazuli, XSBD, grow, SRWD, Unas causes the southern TWN plant to grow. Unas has twisted the SMSM plant into ropes. Unas has united, ZMA, the heavens, PTW. Unas rules over the lands, Ta.W, the south and the north, as, the god of those who were before. Unas has built a divine city as it should be. Unas is the third when he appears. Unas has regulated the night, Unas has sent the stars on their way. The powers, SXM.W, appear, they honor Unas, with the title of, B of JJ. Unas is the son of her who did not know that she gave birth to Unas, for powerful face, the Lord of Nights. Humble, yourselves, you lords, hide yourselves, O wicked populace, before Unas. Unas is B of JJ, the Lord of the Night, the Bull of Apes, Ka-Ian.W, who lives without knowing it. O you, whose back is on his back, bring to Unas the SFR.T of the offering meal which is on the back of Osiris, so that Unas may ascend, PRJ, on it to heaven, so that Unas may serve as courtier/guardian/protection, ZA, to re in the sky.